Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, text chapter 24, Worshipping Govardhan Hill, text 5. Please repeat. Udasinaha Arivat Vajyaha Atmavat Suhrit Uchyate Udasino Arivat Varjya Atmavat Suhriduchyate. Udasinaha, one who is indifferent. Arivat, just like an enemy. Varjyaha is to be avoided. Atmavat, like one's own self. Suhrit, a friend. Uchyate is said to be. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, by disciples of His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. One who is neutral may be avoided like an enemy, but a friend should be considered like one's own self. Purport. Even if Nanda Maharaj did not see friends, enemies, and neutral parties as entirely equal, Lord Krishna, being Nanda Maharaja's son, was certainly a most trustworthy friend and should therefore not be left out of intimate discussions. In other words, Nanda Maharaj might have thought that as a householder he could not act on the highest saintly platform, and thus Lord Krishna furnished additional reasons why his father should trust him and reveal the entire purpose of the sacrifice. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, Nanda Maharaj stood silent, doubting his position of parental aloofness. Since Garg Muni had predicted that his son would be equal to Narayana in his qualities, and the young boy had already conquered and killed many powerful demons. Om Ajnanathimiranthasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayamarupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shritha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Udasino Rivat Varjya Atmavad Suhriduchyate. One who is neutral may be avoided like an enemy, but a friend should be considered like one's own self. So this is very jovial pastime of Lord Krishna. He is just joking. The whole festival, this whole Govardhan Leela is a very jovial pastime. So he is giving different reasons why Nanda Maharaj should take him into confidence. He is doing something, some yajna, without telling him what he is doing, for whom he is doing, what is the purpose. So he is giving different arguments to convince that Nanda Maharaj, though I am a small child, still you should tell me, you should take me into confidence. So, in the previous verse, yesterday's verse which we studied yesterday, he gave the reasoning that it is good that saintly people see equally everyone. There should not be a concept of me and mine. Mitrari, pakshayoho. The friend and the enemy should be seen equally. And therefore, you should tell me why you should hide it from me. A neutral person does not hide anything, he is very transparent. So, this we see from Vedic texts, from Bhagavad Gita. In 12th chapter, 13th chapter, so many places Krishna speaks about this samatvam, this equal vision. This is a characteristic of very highly advanced personalities. Vidya Vinaya Sampanno Brahmani Gavi Hastuni Shuni Chaiva Shopakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Those who are Pandita, those who are learned, they are Samadarshi. They don't distinguish between friend and enemy. It needs a really very great advancement to see equally a friend and an enemy. You have to be really detached from bodily platform to be able to do so. Because like your secrets, you can tell to an enemy also, as you will tell to your friend. That means you are not bothered at all. You are not bothered at all about what will happen to you, what he can do to you. Because you are so confident that I am not this body, nothing bad or good can happen to me on the bodily platform. And I am always protected by Supreme Lord. Then only you can be such equipoised. Samadukhe sukhe kritva labha labhau jaya jayau. In every circumstance, one is completely equal. Samaloshrashma kanchana, one who sees equally the gold and the stone, dust. That's not so easy. If we see gold somewhere, to consider it, it's another as good as stone, simple stone. Probably here people initially were doing like that, because it was so much gold was there, people were just, what's that? No. I was told that because people were very simple here, especially when from Europe people came, they wanted to take this gold, that people became more and more aware of its being very so precious. Anyway, so it's not so easy to be equivalent, but more difficult to consider gold and dirt to be same. More difficult is to consider friend and enemy to be same. This is even more difficult. Okay. Now in today's verse, Krishna says, okay, you may say, Nanda Maharaj, you may say that, you see, we are simple householders. I don't expect from me to be equipoised. For renunciant, for Vairagi it is okay, renunciants, that they can be equipoised. Friend and enemy is equal to them because they are so advanced in their consciousness. But a Grihastha, he has to take care of his family. If he is equal to everyone, how he will be able to maintain his family? It will be difficult. So that's true. Being a family man, when you have so many immediate responsibilities towards wife, towards children who are not so strong emotionally and physically, so it is very difficult to be equipoised for householders. So similar rules don't apply, but these rules to be equivalent are expected from anyone who is saintly. Even a Grihastha who is saintly is expected. Therefore, for a Grihastha it is accepted that he should even feed the lizard in the house or a snake also actually. That's the duty of the householder. Even a snake should be fed. But of course, we have to be. Another Chanakya's Niti says that if you feed poisonous snake with banana and milk, it will only increase its poison. So that's also true. The point is that a Grihastha has to see that every creature is taken care of, but at the same time he has to also see that the snake is not there in the house and he is feeding the snake, so he continues to be in the house, a poisonous snake. He has to consider from a worldly from practical point of view also, because he has to do so many practical things also in this world. So that's the idea that Nanda Maharaj is maybe thinking that we can't act like that. I have to differentiate between friend and enemy. Okay, even if so, in today's verse, then Krishna gives another argument. Udasina arivat varjya. One who is neutral. If Nanda Maharaj, you say you cannot see everyone as equal, so you see differences. You see differences between friends, enemies and neutral. So even if it is so, then also a person who is neutral, he should be treated as an enemy. Arivat, like an enemy, he should be treated, he should be left alone. He should, the confidential thing should not be disclosed to even a neutral person. To an enemy we should not, but even to a neutral person we should not disclose our secrets. Why? Because neutral person is not any more closer to you than the enemy. He is neutral. He is friend of the enemy also. If he is friend of you, he is friend of the enemy also. So therefore, the morality, the worldly intelligence, worldly wisdom says that a neutral person also should be treated like an enemy. Because he is not doing your harm, but he can do harm because he is also friend of your enemy. He is equal to you and enemy. Therefore, there is a possibility that he can do harm. Presently he is not, but there is a possibility that he can. Therefore, wisdom is that udasina arivat varjya. These are words of wisdom. These words of wisdom we learn by many ways. We can learn from Shastras, and we can also learn to some extent by our experience. So Chanakya, Vidura, they gave many such wisdom which can help us how to live in this world, but in of itself they cannot help us to attain Krishna consciousness. They can just help us how to deal with the situations in a way that we are not put into more difficulties. So these are moral instructions. So what we can learn from this? Should we follow these moral instructions or we are devotees, we have nothing to do with these moral instructions? That can be one question raised. So, like we see the example of Yudhishthira Maharaj. He was son of Dharmaraj, correct? So, he was very truthful. He was following the morality to the highest extent. So, as we know, there is one incident in Mahabharata where Dronacharya, when he became the commander-in-chief of the Duryodhan phalanx, then he was killing the Pandavas' enemy like anything, and it became very difficult to withstand because he was very great fighter. So then what to do? How to kill this Dronacharya? There was a benediction with Dronacharya that he can only be killed if he will become discouraged hearing the news of his son being dead. That was the benediction to him. So Ashwathama, his son, he needs to be killed. Silent. Thank you. Dronacharya, Ashwathama, his son, needs to be killed. But then the benediction to Ashwathama was that he was a Chiranjeevi, he was not going to be killed in the battle of Mahabharata. So that was a great dilemma in front of Pandavas, that what we will do, how we will restrict, how we will kill Dronacharya, because he had the benediction and then the son also had the benediction, so it was impossible. So then, as usual, Lord Krishna, he devised a plan, a wisdom plan. He is the wisest of all. And he is not just the wisest, but he is the most dharmic also, because he is the very root of the dharma. So he teaches by so many things, by his personal example, the essence of dharma. So sometime to tackle the khala, that means to tackle the evil people, the principle of dharma also entails we might have to deal with them crookedly. That is dharma. From many incidences, Krishna taught this. When Karna was to be killed, similar thing happened. His wheel of the chariot got stuck up. So, what to do? So Krishna, he just made an arrangement that sun set. It appeared that the sun has set. And the rule was that whenever the sun is set, then the war should stop. So both the parties stopped. So then he came down and he started taking his wheel out. And then Krishna again manifested the sun, made the sun to manifest, because it has not set. It was only Krishna who has done some trickery. And then he asked Arjuna, Arjuna, sun is there, kill him. So it may appear, many people object all these things, Krishna is so immoral and you are worshipping me as God. Immoral God. Immoral God. Therefore people find easy to accept Rama as God, but they find difficult to accept Krishna as God. Because Rama, he acted perfectly like a moral king, but Krishna was very tricky. So therefore in India also it's many times difficult for people to accept Krishna, because people who are not devotees, they assume that God should be according to their judgment. because ultimately God is there to fulfill their desires. The same idea, they are in the center of the whole universe. If God exists, His existence should be for us. So, morality is considered to be a virtue by civilized people. So, therefore, if God is there, then at least He should be virtuous. He should be, from the point of view of the civilization, what is best, He should represent those best qualities. So, He should be moral. That is the idea. But devotees understand that what is moral, what is immoral. The highest level is dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. Whatever Lord decides, says is morality. The morality comes from Krishna. Morality is defined by Krishna, not by us, because He is the creator. He is the well-wisher of everyone. Therefore, He only can decide what is ultimately good for everyone and not good, bad for everyone, because He is the supreme person. So, therefore, dharma moolam hi bhagwan. The supreme personality of Godhead is the very root of dharma. So, these things ordinary people don't understand. Even the Yamadutas could not understand. The Vishnudutas had to come, and this Yamadutas had to go and ask Yamaraj, and he then explained that actually I am a servant of Krishna only. So, the real dharma is with Krishna, the highest dharmic principles. And whatever he does is for the ultimate benefit, and he really knows what is the ultimate benefit of everyone, Krishna. Therefore, the dharma lies in him. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhaya mahajana yena gatas sapantha. So, only in the heart of the great devotees dharma exists. Otherwise, it may be very difficult to ascertain what is dharma, what is true, what is correct, what is not correct, what is right, what is wrong, what is moral, what is immoral. In many circumstances, it can be very difficult. So, similarly with Yudhishthira. So, when Ashwathama, so then Krishna devised a trick that Yudhishthira, you do one thing. You declare tomorrow in the battle that Ashwathama has been killed. Now, Yudhishthira, when he heard this, he was in a great dilemma. You are asking me to tell lie that Ashwathama is killed when he is not killed. In my whole life, I have never spoken a lie. Because he was Dharmaraj, he was son of Dharmaraj, he was such a man of such high moral principles. In my whole life, I have never spoken a lie. Krishna, you are asking me to tell lie, it's so difficult, how can I tell lie? So Krishna said, therefore I am asking you to tell lie because you have never spoken lie in your life. Because then people will believe you. Because you have never spoken lie. So people will believe you. If I will tell something, people will not believe me because I keep on telling things like that. People know I do things here and there. So therefore I am asking you to tell this. But still, Yudhishthira was hesitant because Krishna was telling, he could not say no, but he was a little hesitant. How will I do it? So then Krishna, to make the things easier for him, he said, okay, you are hesitant, I will do something for you. We will kill an elephant in our army who is named as Ashwathama. So then you tell, Ashwathama is killed, an elephant. So Yudhishthira said, yeah, this I can do. So then Krishna killed elephant with the name Ashwathama. And then Yudhishthira declared, Ashwathama is killed. Ashwathama is killed. Elephant, not the man, not the man. But then when he said, the man, then Krishna blew his conch shell so that it was not heard. The only thing heard was Ashwathama is killed. Again Krishna tricked. So Dronacharya, when he heard Ashwatthama is killed from the mouth of Yudhishthir, he said, it must be true, because Yudhishthir said so. And then he dropped his weapons, and then Krishna said, Arjuna, now you can kill. Arjuna killed Dronacharya. So far, before Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Maharaj came, people used to say that what happened after this incident, the Yudhishthir Maharaj's chariot, which used to not touch the ground, it will just be above the ground. Because he was very pious, so because of his piety, his chariot will fly. It will not roll on the ground, the wheels, it will fly. That was the effect of his piety. But after these incidents, his ratha came down. So people used to say that because Yudhishthir, he in one sense told the lie, therefore he lost his piety, and therefore his chariot came down. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj explained, it is not like that. Because Yudhishthir Maharaj hesitated to tell the lie when Krishna asked him to tell the lie, his chariot came down. Because why he should hesitate when Krishna is asking him to do something? When Krishna, the very personification of dharma, is standing and asking him to do something, what else is to be considered? So that is the highest dharmic principle. So morality, it can be a mundane morality or it can be a completely spiritual morality. And that was even Arjuna's point of view. Arjuna was citing so many moral principles. These are our kinsmen, we should not kill them, even though they are doing evil, even then we should not do, because we should be compassionate. Compassion is a higher principle. Like that, so many arguments Arjuna was also giving. But then, through this whole incidents, Krishna taught that what is the even higher principle. Higher principle than compassion on a material platform is the principle of establishing the rule of those who accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Yudhishthir, Pandavas, they were devotees, and therefore, and Duryodhana, he was a non-devotee. He was envious of Krishna. Therefore, he did not deserve to rule the world. This was a more important principle to be established than the material compassion. So, though Arjuna had to kill his kinsmen, but still Krishna asked him, this is better, you kill them, because the higher principle is to be established. So, the morality, ultimately the highest principle is what pleases Krishna. That is the highest moral principle. That will be good for everyone. Whatever pleases Krishna has to be good for everyone. So, devotees therefore derive their morality from Krishna, and of course, in ordinary dealing, we derive our morality from scriptures, because scriptures are Krishna's words. So, not that for everything Krishna will come and personally tell us. Krishna has spoken what we should do, even for devotees, what we should do and what we should not do. He has told us in scriptures. So, therefore, devotees also follow scriptures. They follow samanya, ordinary dharma, with an understanding that ultimately it is Krishna's desire that we follow these, and therefore we are following. But if at any point a worldly morality is in contrast with pleasure of Krishna, then they will give up that worldly morality if it displeases Krishna. So that's a very unique, means the highest understanding, but that is only reserved for those exceptional cases, because ordinarily morality pleases Krishna, because that's his own words. He has established morality from the scriptures. So here the principles of morality, udasinvat arivat, udasin arivat, one should, these are all wisdom words and they had to be followed. So therefore Krishna is citing those things because these are worldly dealings, what is happening. But overall, another thing what is happening here is Nanda Baba is just mesmerized seeing this little Krishna doing one thing after another. It makes every time Nanda Baba and others wonder, who is this? Who is this fellow? Is he just an ordinary child? Every now and then they start doubting because he does things which are unusual. He has killed Putana at 6 months. Something happened. They don't know why this Putana. They just saw suddenly that there is a massive body of a very, not great, but a very big and very horrifying witch lying there, 13 miles long body. What happened? They just saw what happened before, that there was a beautiful woman who came to feed Krishna, and then suddenly she took a gigantic form, and the next moment they saw that is dead. And they were thinking that what will happen to Krishna? This was a demoness. But then Krishna was just playing. Oh, something, what happened? We don't know what happened. But somehow Krishna is saved. That's all. And then one after another, every now and then such miracles will happen. Keshi demon, Aghasur, this, that, so many demons are coming, somehow they are killed. And these boys, when they come back, they say, hey, see, Krishna today he did like this, Krishna today did like this. It's amazing what this small boy is doing. And then Nanda Baba, again and again he is reminded that Garga Muni told that this boy is like Narayana and he will do extraordinary feats. Is he really Narayana? But again, next moment he thinks, no, he cannot be Narayana, he is my child. Because he is covered by Yog Maya. So Krishna, by his activities, he is made to think that maybe he is God. But then if he really understands that he is God, then Nanda Baba and Yashoda will stop manifesting their motherly, fatherly affection to the child. So he again covers their knowledge. No, he cannot be Narayana, he is our just child. So like that, again, now so far Krishna has killed so many demons. Demons are okay, powerful, but they are beings of this earthly planet. But now what Krishna is trying to do, he is hinting to do is fighting with Indra. Indra is a demigod. He is much more powerful than demons. Indra. So now, what this boy is asking us to do again this Nanda Baba is again beginning to sense that again he is going to do something. Now he is asking me, why you are doing this yagya, this and that. Is small child. He is asking me all these details. How is it possible? A small child should just play, but he plays a lot, no doubt. But at the same time, he acts like he acts like a very grown-up man. He is asking about the intricacies of the sacrifices. Normally, the child will not bother about this. Any sacrifice, anything, they will be interested only in the sweets which are distributed at the end. Correct? That's for the children. Any festival means, okay, it's a time to play and so many sweets will be there and we will enjoy. That's what the children think. For them, they don't understand the intricacies of any ritual. So this is what is expected of of Krishna. But this is amazing thing. He is asking me, even, not ordinarily, even people are so much aware of the intricacies of the rituals, why we are doing and all these things. But this is a small boy. He is so interested in knowing the intricacies of everything. How is it possible? Who is this boy? Again, Nanda Maharaj is made to rethink. Who is this boy? Who is this boy? Is he an ordinary boy? Doesn't seem so like. So this is happening here. So these are very pleasing pastimes. This is how Krishna pleases his eternal associates by his pastimes. This is a reciprocation between Krishna and his eternal associates. Why? Because the eternal associates pleases Krishna so much that to the gopis he say, I can't repay, na parve ham, I can't repay your services to me. So please be satisfied. So these are so exalted personalities in Vrindavan that Krishna is completely captivated by them, captured by them, by their love, by their service. So at least these all topics are actually very high topics. This whole 10th canto is for all of us it's like very high topics. To really experience what Nanda Baba and what they are experiencing, what they are doing is not for us. Some we can theoretically we can say something, we can hear actually basically to purify us, but we cannot enter into these realities at all because they are performed at the platform of pure love. And not just pure love, but even the love is at that level by which Krishna becomes conquered completely. So these are very high topics, but at least by hearing them, we can know what is our goal. At least we can know that by these pastimes, that Krishna is best pleased by these Vrindavan Vasis who gave up everything, even their very life, to serve Krishna. So similarly, we should aim at this. We should be ready to come to a point that we are ready to give our life for Krishna. What to speak of our comforts for Krishna, but we are ready to give even our life for Krishna. And not one life, life after life after life after life for Krishna. So, such is our goal of existence. And all this hearing and chanting is to be done with that goal in our mind, that we want to develop our service attitude to such an extent that we are completely absorbed in serving Krishna every moment, day and night, and we are ready to sacrifice everything for Krishna, because there is nothing we have. In the ultimate sense, we have nothing to sacrifice to come to that point. Everything simply is for Krishna. So that is the purpose of this whole Srimad Bhagavatam, that we can follow in the footsteps of these great devotees and one day aspire to one day to develop such strong devotional sentiments unto Krishna that Krishna may be pleased to engage us in serving him. Hare Krishna. Any comments?
Thank you very much for your class. During your submission, you mentioned that Yudhishthira did not speak lie. And we know that in the beginning of Yudhishthira, Krishna promised that he is just using Arjuna as instruments.
Which instrument?
Just using Arjuna because
Arjun, using Arjun. Yes.
so if that's why Yudhishthira spoke lie, then his chariots came down because he was doing it on behalf of Krishna. Because Krishna asked him to say that. So why the Lord did not protect him from that, but immediately he spoke the lie, then the chariots steps down.
Yeah, no, actually, he did not speak the lie, but he hesitated still. He did not speak the lie because that's what he said, I will not speak the lie. So Krishna killed elephant for him.
Yeah, you explained that one, but that was the time left. Give it something.
Acha, acha. Okay, so I will repeat it. So what happened that Yudhishthira, he hesitated that Krishna, you are asking me to tell lie. I have never spoken a lie in my whole life. So what I will do, please. He was hesitating. So then Krishna, he sensed it. So he said, okay, you need not tell a lie. There is an elephant in our army with the name Ashwathama. So we will kill him. And then you tell that Ashwathama is killed an elephant, not a man. So you tell this. So you are right in telling it. You are not telling lie. You are saying Ashwathama, an elephant is killed. Rest I will take care. You just do this thing. So Yudhishthira said, yes, this I can do. So he said, Ashwathama is killed. Elephant, not a man. So he spoke like that. He did not speak like. But then Krishna, what he did, when he spoke the last word, not a man, he blew his conch shell. So it was not heard by anyone, Dronacharya, anyone. They only heard Ashwathama is killed. So in one sense, he did not tell the lie. Really, he did not tell the lie. But still his chariot came down. Why? Because at least he hesitated to tell a lie, which he should not have hesitated. Because Krishna is asking him to do something. So he should not have hesitated. Therefore his chariot came down.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for all these insights. Actually, we have read Mahabharata, and I can say casually, but sometimes when we hear verses from you, from the same Mahabharata, it sounds very deep. Like this story of Yudhishthira telling lie. What we heard was that Krishna asked him to tell the lie. But today you are giving us more insight into it, that there was a dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna and Yudhishthira, and then they have to find a formula for holding Yudhishthira's lies. So they concluded in killing Ashwatthama, the elephant. We heard that the Ashwatthama, the elephant, was killed during the course of the fight. So when Yudhishthira was asked by Krishna to tell the lie, Yudhishthira, knowing that Ashwatthama, the elephant, was killed, he said, Ashwatthama, the elephant, is killed. Again, you made us to understand that when he mentioned Ashwatthama, immediately Krishna blew his conch shell to dissuade people's attentive hearing to the last words of Yudhishthira. We heard that Yudhishthira lowered the voice.
Yudhishthira lowered the voice.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
He lowered the voice. But they all come to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
That Dronacharya didn't hear
Yes.
the elephant.
Yes.
So, in fact, we thank you very much for
Yeah.
this insight.
Yeah, this is what I heard, that because from Yudhishthira's side he didn't want to tell lie.
Yes.
So even if he has to lower his sound, then also it will look like tricking.
Yes. Yes.
So I think this is also seems to be more logical.
That's right.
That Krishna left, okay, you tell the truth. I will take care of the rest. So this is the version I read. But regarding the first thing, that Ashwathama was already killed. It is not that they had to kill. Sometime there can be different versions. I have not personally read, but I have heard from some sources who are reliable. But there can be details can be little bit
Yes.
varying here and there. Yeah.
But my question is that on the neutrals,
Yudhishthir.
no, the neutrals.
Neutral.
The text today is saying that a neutral person should be treated like an enemy. In fact, it's very, 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 very astonishing to me.
Yes.
In the sense that in every situation, there are three types of people. The favorable ones who are so friendly, they buy everything that you propose. Then the opposing ones who are enemies. Now there are those who stand between the enemies and then the friends who are classified as neutrals. Neutrals along the line, some may be warm to the friendly side, and some also can be warm to the enemy side. But from the eye of this text, we are understanding that a neutral should be handled like an enemy. So I want the deeper understanding into this.
What I understand is that in some ways they should be accepted as enemies, not in every way, because they are not doing the harm, they have not done harm, but they can do harm because they are neutral, they are equally with your enemy as well. So therefore, when it comes to telling your secrets, then you should not disclose your secrets to them. The secrets should only be disclosed to your friends, even not to the neutrals. So, but you should not behave to the neutrals as an enemy openly, not in that way, but in certain ways, like that thing remains same. As to an enemy, you will not disclose your secret. Even to the neutral also, you should not disclose your secret. Because here, Krishna is asking Nanda Baba to disclose a secret. Why you are doing what you are doing. Reveal your heart to me. So these things even should not be done with the neutrals. Because there is a possibility that it will go to your enemy. Like that. This is my little understanding. Hare Krishna. Five rasas.
Neutrality there. So, what is the difference between the neutrality, which is one of the rasas of devotees with Krishna, and this neutrality we are talking about?
Okay. What is the difference between the neutral rasa, shanta rasa, and this neutrality? In the case of rasa, it is not a question of differentiating between a friend and an enemy. In the case of Krishna, it is a different context. That is the depth of service, intimacy, which is reflected there by neutral. Neutral is the least intimate. There, the meaning of neutral there, neutral rasa is the relationship with Krishna which is least intimate. As we go further to the dasya, to sakhya, to vatsalya, to madhurya, intimacy increases. So there the neutral rasa is where one can only appreciate Krishna's opulence and majesty and his being great, but there is no active service rendered. The service attitude is not developed, it's very dormant. So there is no active service rendered. So the examples like the trees of Vrindavan, they are in this category of Shantaras. They don't do active service. When Krishna comes, he stands under a tree, the tree gives shade, but the tree by itself does not go and render services. So it's a different context there in the neutral rasa.
Taking advantage of this same question, this explanation you have given, you see the gopis are in the highest class, but sometimes when they are taken up by their deep emotions, they even place something like the bamboo trees, having one of them always at the lips of Krishna.
Yes.
And they cry for themselves. And
Yeah.
the bamboo is far better than them.
Yeah.
But from the explanation, you see that the bamboo, they are in the
Neutral.
this-
Yeah.
How is it that the gopis now?
Gopis are, this is just an expression of extreme love. It is not a tattva vichar. There are two different platforms. One is the facts and one is rasa vichar. Tattva vichar and rasa vichar. Rasa vichar is from the point of view of the mellow, and another is from the point of view of the facts. Like Krishna is taking the shoes of Nanda Baba. So from the point of view of the facts, it is impossible. Krishna cannot be anybody's son. Nanda Baba cannot be father of Krishna. So only in the rasa it is possible that Krishna will take the shoes of Nanda Baba. So similarly, this expression that bamboos, you are more fortunate than us, it is an expression of love, that they feel that in separation that they are most unfortunate. So this is a rasa vichar. Like we see all great devotees, they always feel that we are the lowest of everyone. Everyone else is serving Krishna, but we are not serving. So this is a expression or a natural sentiment which develops when one is in love of Krishna. This is not from the factual point of view. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
My question is, if I relate the topic treated today to that of Arjuna and Krishna in Mahabharata, Krishna told Arjuna that because he's not envious of him, he revealed the secret, the knowledge to him. Now, my question is, at what point that when we relate to as we are worshiping, trying to go in the footsteps of the acharyas to get to Krishna, at what point Krishna will reveal?
At what point we shall?
Krishna.
Reveal.
Krishna will reveal to us at what point?
Yes, because when we look at the scenario, Arjuna was there were so many instances that Arjuna should have doubted Krishna.
Doubted Krishna.
But he didn't do it. And therefore Krishna confided in him that he's very distant and he's not envious of him. So he revealed the confidential knowledge to Arjuna. So as we relate to our everyday life, at what point that Krishna
Reveals us. Krishna reveals us from the very first day when we came in contact with devotees. We could not have come in contact with devotees without Krishna. Krishna starts revealing us from that very moment. Every time we are getting the encouragement to serve Krishna, to chant His holy name, Krishna is reciprocating. Krishna is revealing us. Only it's because of His reciprocation that we get that enthusiasm to serve Him. Otherwise, why we should serve Him? We don't get anything material from Him. So from where this enthusiasm to serve is coming? It is coming from Krishna. This is Krishna is revealing Him. Revelation is not only when we see Krishna. A blind man, he has his friends, he has his family, he is able to feel the reciprocation from different people, though he is blind. Correct? So, reciprocation is not dependent on the eyes. Reciprocation, revelation, we have many senses. We don't have only one sense to see. We have so many other senses. And we have our mind, we have intelligence. So Krishna is reciprocating, revealing first through all these different senses, by purifying our mind, by giving us enthusiasm to serve Him. All this is His reciprocation, His revealing only. So it is not that revelation is only restricted. That is, of course, there are different gradations of revelation. And there is a level when Krishna practically gives us spiritual senses, that we can experience Krishna through all our senses. That's a higher stage. But Krishna start revealing Himself the very moment we are sincere. From that very moment, Krishna starts revealing to different degrees. As we become more and more sincere, as we become more and more matured in serving Him, to that degree He reveals. Does that answer your question? Hare Krishna. So we end here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna.